how to get your webcam to look like this to this. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to get the best video quality out of your webcam. Now for reference, what I am recording on currently right now is a Logitech MX BRIO. So majority of the settings and information that I'm going to be telling you inside this video is going to be pertaining to Logitech webcams, but this can be applied to any webcam that you use. Now the two softwares I'm currently using for my Logitech MX BRIO is the Logitech native software and also OBS. So like I said, if you do not have a Logitech webcam, that's completely fine. You don't really have to do anything too much inside of the native software. All you're gonna have to do is just adjust the software settings inside of OBS. It's completely the same thing. Now, before we get into the main part of the video, let's really talk about webcams, all right? You get what you paid for. If you paid $100 for a webcam, you're gonna get $100 worth of quality. If you paid $200 for a webcam, you're gonna get $200 worth of quality. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. There's no real tip or trick or any method to make a webcam camera look like a DSLR camera. There's just no possible way. The webcam sensor for like the light is so astronomically small compared to a DSLR camera, which is why the picture quality of a webcam, regardless of what webcam you buy, might look a little grainy or might look a little off. It doesn't look as good as like your favorite YouTuber or your favorite streamer's quality looks like. And the first step to all of this is accepting that your camera quality isn't going to be as good as the streamer with a DSLR or $1,000 plus camera. But like I said, depending on the value of the webcam, you can make the most out of it. In my personal opinion, what I'm recording on right now is the best price to performance webcam on the market. Now, there are more way expensive webcams out there from Logitech that are about $1,000 or close to the $1,500 mark, right? Which is fine to purchase if you don't really want to worry about the cam link and buying a extra battery so your camera doesn't die. Also buying an SD card that's big enough to also record, because like you have to have an SD card to be able to actually record on an actual DSLR camera or just a normal camera, right? But for that price point, you might as well just buy all the stuff you need to record your DSLR camera as a webcam. And if you know anything about messing with the settings on a camera, that picture quality on that DSLR camera is going to look way better than that $1,000 or $1,500 webcam that you just purchased from Logitech. And I've done a lot of research on this. I had to learn this the hard way, because like I will always notice that my webcam had noise when editing my YouTube videos, right? Because like what I would do is like I record the Twitch stream and I go ahead and edit it in Sony Vegas, which is how I learned that there's no way to get rid of all the noise, like 100% of the noise. There's no way to get rid of it. Every single digital camera has noise. And just the thing about webcams, because the sensor again is super small, they have a lot of noticeable noise, which again, when it comes to webcams, you probably have a better chance of making the picture look better post video recording. So with all that being said, let's get to the actual part of the video that y'all been waiting for. Now, first and foremost, you're going to need good lighting. Regardless of what camera you're using, you're going to need good lighting to actually have a good picture quality. Now, for what I have a ring light connected to my webcam. Now, if you do have a little bit of a hotter room and you don't really want to use a ring light because of the heat that it produces, the next thing that you could do is just get a clamp light that clamps on top of your monitor, a clip-on light, I should say, and have the light point towards the wall that you're facing. All right, now let's go into OBS so you can see the settings that I use for my webcam with the native settings inside of OBS. Now, my thing is named MX BRIO. I have it right here. We're gonna go to properties, and here are all my settings that I use. I keep my webcam at 30 frames per second just because at 60 frames per second, I have to have HDR mode on. Now, I don't know if that was always the case for this webcam or it was a problem that just happened to happen down the line. But for some reason, like when I was doing that comparison video at the beginning of the video, right, at 60 frames per second, it gets really blurry for some reason without HDR mode active. I have to have HDR mode active to use 60 frames per second, which is really annoying because I don't really like the way HDR mode looks, because I feel like the webcam is just a little too bright. Like, it's a little too bright. Now, here's all the settings that I use. You can really mess with these two settings just to see like what looks better to you. And the same thing with color space. I only mess with these two settings, like right here. Don't mess with these two. These two are gonna make it look really bad. Only mess with these two to see which ones that you like and see which one looks better. In my opinion, I like to go with 709. I have the color range at full, and then I have buffering at auto detect, and I just have all these things checked out. So like just look at all here and just copy these settings down. This is universal for every single webcam. You don't really have to, it really just pertains to Logitech webcams, but this is just all the native settings for OBS. Now at the end of the video, I am going to show you the difference of how everything looks between 30 frames per second and 60, and also from 720p all the way to 4K, just so you can look at the difference and see if you can see any difference between the quality difference. Because like with webcams, even though they can go to 4K, right? They can go to 4K. It's advertised to go to 4K. It's really only meant to stay at 1080p. Like in all honesty, you can't really tell. Like in my personal experience, and for what I've seen, you can't really see the difference between 4K 1080p. Just from this webcam alone. But it is a really good 1080p 60 frames per second webcam. So at the end of the video, I will show all the differences between 30 frames, 60 frames, and then 720 all the way to 4K, just so y'all can be the judge on if this looks good or not, or if it looks better with higher resolutions, maxed out, or does it not. Y'all be the judge. Next, we're going to talk about this software right here for Logitech webcams. It's called Logi Tune, right? And I've been looking at different softwares because like Logitech has a bunch of different softwares for recording. This is the most up-to-date software for all Logitech webcams. Delete every other webcam software that you have for Logitech. They're all old and outdated. This is the most up-to-date one, and this is actually the best one in my overall opinion, due to the fact that you can actually edit the settings with Logi Tune and not mess up your OBS software. Like I can edit it live, and now I'm gonna just show you real quick. Let me just bring this window right here, right? I can edit this live, right? So if I want to do that, boom. 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 See, look, I can edit it live without it like turning off my OBS or say that, oh, you can't see. Like I said, it will say no preview available, right? Like for every other software, but you can see the preview in the other ones. Like, like if you do it for any other software, like in my experience, it doesn't edit it in real time. Like I will have to close out of OBS, edit it, and open OBS back up. This just makes everything so much more simple. Now for the settings, all right? Now, I mess with the zoom in and zoom out through OBS, right? The only thing I do here for FOV is just leave it at 65, right? Now, you're going to get the best quality for everything at 90, right? Just because this is the native FOV, and the more you zoom in, the more noise you're going to get. And unfortunately for me, I have to zoom in just because like you can see like my monitor, you can see like my monitor right here. You know what I'm saying? You can see my bed. And usually like when I like zooming in my webcam, you know, I want all that stuff cut out, right? Especially for like my videos and stuff, right? And just the more digital, just to keep in mind, the more digital zoom that you have, the more noise that is going to be in your webcam, right? So if you want the least bit of noise, you know, try to get your webcam as close to your face as possible with the native FOV. But if you can't do that, zoom in only as much as necessary. Now for the image adjusting settings, I don't really do anything too much in here. Like I said, if you're like a camera editing expert and you like editing with the settings, go ahead and do that. Like I took Film 101, so I kind of know what to do, but I don't really bother with webcams, right? If it was like a normal camera, I would probably go in here and mess with all the brightness, contrast, whatever, whatnot. But I don't really mess with this stuff when it comes to webcams, all right? The only thing I would say mess with, if you really want to like do anything, like just like if the lower you do your exposure, the more brightness you're going to have to do to make up for that light, right? So I don't really mess with this. But if you want to like, if any settings that you want to mess with, you can mess with the brightness and exposure composition, right? So the brighter you do, less brightness you're going to have to go. The lower exposure you do, the more brightness you're going to have to put up to make up for it. Just to keep that in mind. But I just keep it at auto. I keep low light composition on. And depending on what you like, right? Depending on how you like your videos. The one thing that I dislike that this software has is they took out the cool and warm color settings, like filters, right? right? You don't have those. So if you like a little bit of a cooler looking camera, you could put the temperature down. If you think this looks better and you feel like a little bit of a cooler image, you could go with this. If you like a little bit of a warmer image, you know what I'm saying? Like the warm is really like, if like a little bit warmer image, you could go like this. But like I feel like the warmer imaging is really, really profound. It like it sticks out more than the cooler one. So like I would like, if you want a warmer image, I would like go like maybe like 600. If you like the look of a warmer image, right? Or even less than that, to be honest. But if you like a cooler image, you know, it's like you don't want to make it too blue. Like so, like I would go like for a cooler image, probably like 1,000 or less. Like if you like a little bit of a cooler image, like this, like it's easier in your eyes, or like this. And I would just say, whatever audience that you're trying to attract, right? Edit your webcam or adjust your webcam settings to the audience that you want to attract. So like look at your favorite YouTuber and the type of content that you're doing based off of your favorite YouTubers, right? And see what they're doing and look at how their webcam looks, right? You're not gonna be able to get the quality, but you could at least get like the temperature composition correct. So like if your favorite YouTuber has a little bit of a warmer camera, if you notice like they have a little bit of a warmer camera, do warmer. If you notice they have a little bit of a cooler camera, do cooler, to get that look that their viewers are most used to. So that way when they come to your channel and look at your stuff, they're like, oh, okay, I can watch this all the way through without it looking like weird or whatever. And that's pretty much it for making it look good. Now I'm going to show you the difference between 720 30 frames and all the way up to 4K, because at 4K and 1440p they can only do 30 frames per second with this webcam, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do the different video qualities and have y'all be the judge. All right, and 3 2 1. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully this helped you in understanding what you need to do to make your webcam look a little bit better. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. And also, I do play gaming content. I play indie games, horror games, also Dragon Ball Z games, also other anime games. So if you like to see that type of content, also feel free to subscribe to me on Twitch or follow me on Twitch. You don't have to subscribe. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.